Worksheet 2.2, Business Calc. Okay, and also a reminder, I saw that 9 of you have submitted on Schoology. Still with me on this? There is, here I'll go to it, on Schoology, under Courses, under Business Calc, under Week 5, there is the Algebra Graphing Review Quiz. It's due tonight at 11:59, in which 9 of you have completed it, 14 of you have started it, and some of you haven't even looked at it yet. So get it done. Do the best you can. Work with whomever, including me if you want to see me on and off period. So let's make sure you do that. Yeah, photo math all day long. All right. Okay. So let's take a look at the worksheet 2.2. Hey, did y'all enjoy Rex? Was that a good story?
Yes.
So the long and the short of that story is, friends, rent to own is usually 2.5 to 5 times the price on anything that you would buy there. And the convenience factor that they give you, they nickel and dime you for stuff. It's bad. And one thing that is so disheartening to me is a lot of times those places are in less affluent areas, and so they're taking advantage of the population of people because they have their stores in locations that are lower income, and it takes full advantage of those people, and that's not fair. You already have people that are hard times on money making. They're not really rich, and they get kind of screwed over by that whole thing, and that's not right. So that's my jab at them. All right, so it says the demand function is 2p plus 5q, and that's equal to 200. And then it says the supply function is given as this, and so they give it as 2, or p minus 2q is equal to 10, and they want to know when the price is 60, is this a surplus or shortfall? Okay. All right, so things that I'm going to do before I start this problem is notice that your p-value is your y and your q value is your x based on our graphs. So we're going to use our friend the Desmos family to graph both of these. And so Desmos, hopefully you're familiar with that. You're like, what is this Desmos you speak of? Someone hasn't been paying attention. Which is possible. It's like, I am in the service class. What did you learn? Nothing. He's a nice guy, though. All right. So let's take a look at Desmos. Go here. No, we're not going to do inverse norm and all that kind of stuff. I am going to plot 2y plus 5q, or 5x, equals 200. And then I'm also going to graph, I keep losing it, y minus 2x equals 10. So hopefully we can start finding these. So zoom on out on Desmos until we find our graphs. And let's make this a little thicker. It's nicer that way. All right. Oops. So at 20 items, that's our break-even point. So when we produce 20 items, we make $50, and so that means we're not making more or less. it says when the price is 60, so P is the Y value. So when Y equals 60, take a look at where this falls. So I'm on the blue line. So the black line would have been our demand, okay? And on our red line, that is our supply. Okay, so we are above where they cross, correct? So the black line that's drawn up there is our demand. So as the price increases, the demand drops. So right there, that means if we were charging $16 for our item, we would sell 60 items. If I were to sell my item for $20, I'm only selling 50 items. But then if you look at our, if we look at the supply, so that was our demand. Our supply, if we sell them at $25 a piece, we're gonna have 60 of them. My break even is at 20 and 50. So are we at a surplus or a shortfall for this price? Yeah, I would think a surplus would take place. Yeah, because it's definitely above it. It's a surplus. If it was down here, I'd say it's going to be a loss or a shortfall.
So which do you need to just pay attention to the red line then? Because I did it.
Well, they both tell you something. So like if I turn the red line off, okay, this one doesn't really tell us much other than if we charge $16, we have 60 items we're selling. Okay.
My thought was, can you turn the red one back on? My thought was like, if you're on the left side of the black line, like before the cross, with the black line, then you don't have enough products to charge more. And
Could
then,
be.
is that what that is showing?
I like your thoughts. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so then if you're on the red line, that means that like because you've crossed and gone up a couple more, like 10 more, whatever, then you have too much, so you have to start charging less.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep. All right. Problem number 4 says a certain outlet chain selling appliances has found that for one brand of stereo system, a monthly demand of $240 when the price is $90. However, when the price is $850 monthly, the demand is $350. Assuming the demand function for this is linear, write its equation, use P and Q for the quantity. So P is the Y. So on this one, I would just get rid of these and I would jump onto the table. All right, so P is, hang on, I gotta write this down because my mind goes backwards and forwards on it. P is Y, Q is X. Okay. All right, so when one brand is stereo, the monthly demand is $240 when the price is $900. So P is price. So I'm going to plug in $240 and then $900. Okay, because the price is on the Y. And then they also say, hey, when you have 315 of these items, you're going to sell for $850. And then we can easily just say, well, Y sub 1 tilde mx sub 1 plus b is my linear equation. And I can hit the plus button to take a look at it. So there's our linear equation that works for us. So we have a slope of negative 2/3 x plus 1060. And that's all we have to do. Assuming the demand function for this is linear, write its equation. So our equation is y equals negative 2/3 or negative 0.667 x plus 1060. That's all you have to do on that one. And then using the graph to the right, label each function as demand or supply. So demand often has a negative slope. So the line that's doing this, hang on, I'll just draw it. So they have basically something that looks something like this. And something like this. So this is our demand. And this is our supply. Okay. And basically, I'm just basing that off of the graphs from above, but it makes sense to me. Label the function as supply or demand. Label the equilibrium point. So it's whatever this point is. So if you looked at that graph closely, it looks like 30 comma 25 roughly. That's our equilibrium point. Okay, so if you produce or have 30 items, you can sell them at 25 bucks a piece, and you're equal. You don't not making money out at all. Label the equilibrium point, the price, the quantity which the market equilibrium occurs. So at 30 items, we sell at $25 a piece. Okay, so that's all taking place there. All right. So, my friends, what did we say? What did we say on that same sheet? Why don't you do 6, 7, 8, and 9? But I also have it open if you didn't get done with the test on Schoology, if you wanted to work together and get that thing on Schoology done, and we'll take care of you on that. Cool?